We up and I'm feeling like a new me. Stacking new sets, some new E. NFTs, all of them you need. Back in my zone like 2-3. All time high, hit a new peak. Let's go. Homie, the Bulls is back. I said the Bulls is back.
GM, and welcome back to the channel. Market update for you today. We've got quite a few bits going on, had some strong monthly closes across the board, and crypto is seemingly doing pretty well here. So touch wood. We're going to continue in this vein for the month of July, ETH ETF as well to speak about in just a moment. But with that being said, if you do enjoy the content, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and we can jump on in. So this was Don Alt's chart. He posted BTC. He's saying, look, we haven't reclaimed this 64K region yet, and he wants to see a closure above that for bullish continuation. Closures below, he says, are bearish, but at the moment, in a bit of no man's land, he was talking. So this is technically a bearish retest, but a shit one, he states. Moving on, we have the quarterly update here from Blunts. So he's posted this 3-month chart of BTC, and as you can see from the structure here, pretty much perfect retest of the previous highs from 2021. And I believe Bitcoin has just closed in the month of June, its third highest ever monthly closure. So although the timeline is in bits, people getting very bearish, the chart for Bitcoin looks super healthy here. So expecting continuation maybe by the end of this month, end of next month, certainly by September, I would suggest. Typically summers are a little bit boring, and then you have towards the end of the year some big moves in crypto. So really looking forward to what is to come here, and we are positioned well for this. We're seeing additional regulatory clarity here. So in the EU, USDC is now a regulated stablecoin. So that is the European Economic Area. So this generally means that you're getting a lot more crypto acceptance. This makes USDC MiCA compliant, if you've looked into that. But essentially, we've had a lot of previous stablecoin FUDs in the industry. Depegs can occur if a lot of people move out of certain stables at one given time, but they've always recovered. Now, if we ever do see another USDC depeg, etc., I think it is time to really ship in with force, because what we're seeing is these stablecoins are now being used as dollars and accepted as true dollars across the globe. It may soon be time to book a holiday to Japan, with the yen absolutely going in the wrong direction. I think it's lost 160 levels, so new all-time lows versus the dollar. And so what you're seeing here today is the US bond market start to really go up, but my macro guy is Fajao. I always read his stuff for a macro take. He's very often correct. He says, in his opinion, surging bonds due to the yen losing 160 and marching higher without the yen intervention. Very little to do with domestic growth dynamics. The ultimate fix is the Fed beginning to ease, allowing the Asian currencies to breathe, coming soon in his opinion. So we're likely going to see a devaluation of the dollar on purpose by Yellen and co. That will coincide with a lot of easing of financial conditions. We've got a lot of the perfect storm recipes, etc., for a true bull market here. So I'm really expecting we see some big continuation moves sometime in the next weeks to months. Now, in terms of the ETH ETF, Elio posted this ETH ETF this week, and timeline is bearish. Wonder what happens next. Well, it isn't coming this week, but potentially a week tomorrow. This is the actual chart for ETH. It looks super good. In terms of the recent pullback from the highs, come down, clips the 618 fib, and now has gone back into this pocket, which is a previous area of support and resistance. We're going to see a resolution to this very soon, and you would imagine with an ETF going live, it's going to provide some forward momentum for higher prices for Ethereum. And I think ETH potentially going to be a 10K token during this market cycle. But when? That is the question. Well, the US Securities and Exchange Commission returned the S1 Ethereum ETF forms to the prospective providers. Now, the issuers have been asked to address the comments and refile by July 8th. People were stating could be July 4th approval. Now this looks like July 8th is the new date, which is 1 week from today. So next Monday, potentially ETH ETF time. Now, if I just remove myself real quick here, you can see on the screen the balance of Ethereum on exchanges at new all-time lows. Less than 17 million tokens on exchanges. Circulating supply is 120 million ETH. So somewhere in the region of just 9% of ETH is currently on exchanges. So what does that mean? That means we have a bit of a powder keg for Ethereum. Bearish sentiment, probably not everyone positioned in ETH because it's been very much Solana-led, Bitcoin-led kind of market cycle. And if you haven't got enough ETH on exchanges and the ETFs go into overdrive, we do have the powder keg for much higher ETH prices. Then in terms of the ETH ETF, Nate Garachi here, early and easy prediction. He says spot ETH ETFs will be the second most successful debut in ETF history, only behind spot Bitcoin ETF. So the two most successful ETF launches in a 30 plus year history will occur this year, he states. Bitcoin and ETH paying attention yet. Well, it seems like people truly aren't. So a soft shill from me. This will be the only thing that I promote and ask people to sign up for during this market cycle. No exchanges, don't believe in centralized exchanges. I trade purely on chain at this moment in time. But if you want to actually get some real market alpha, also get access to the podcast Round Trippers every Tuesday. I'll be on there tomorrow with the boys, Grant and 563. We've got some absolute bangers in terms of calls here. Grant posted this. Kima Nakaki, the NFT collection, is up 10x since he posted this like 4 or 5 days ago. This is in Grant's thoughts under the meal deal section. So if you want exclusive access to the Discord, you need to be part of this. Dan and Sleuthmates has been absolutely smashing it as well. Since joining these boys, my profitability has honestly gone through the roof. And if you like your research reports, Head of Research 563 has been churning out some bangers. The Equilibrium one is very good. I believe that might be a free report as a bit of a appetizer. Meal deal report here for DMT also now out. So do check out the link down below. If that is too much for you, then the meal deal is not for you. But I would put a lot of weight on the fact if you were to sign up to this, you're going to be exposed to some banger calls and potentially going to, make some serious money in the market. So do with that information as you will. Kaito Analytics here for AI mindshare in terms of the last 7 days. The biggest mindshare has been for MOG, coming down a little bit here, but still a number one. We then have WIF second. This was obviously bearish mindshare, and now it's kind of reclaimed the range once again. So WIF always on people's lips, Popcat Pepe, Dog the Runes Play, and some others in here. But memes have definitely been continually a very hot thing in crypto. We've also got this news came in today, SONY to launch a Bitcoin and crypto exchange, which is very intriguing. The Japan narrative is starting to pick up. They are the kings of devaluing their currency and easing. So this information from Sota Watanabe, he is the founder of A-Star. I'm bullish on A-Star, have a bag of A-Star, but he's also the founder of Startail Labs, and Startail Labs is where SONY are creating their own blockchain environment, aka a layer 2. So definitely some interesting things to think about there. Japan needs to dig themselves out of this shit with a good Web3 strategy and AI strategy. A-Star is one of the only real big tradable Japanese tokens of notes. SONY are producing their own L2, whether that has attachments to A-Star, I'm not sure, but I do think this narrative will run during the market cycle. Here is WIF and Blunt's price targets. He's suggesting we're going to get a run up in WIF here, and potentially this next leg into Q4 takes us to 2 figures, i.e. $10 and beyond. A couple of charts to finish things off with here. Tapioca DAO, the TAP token, even with its 2-week delay for staking to go live and the revision to the TWAML protocol. If you haven't got a clue what I've just stated there, you're going to have to do some serious research, but this thing is still banging. $3.21 with a delay, a bearish delay. People generally don't know what this token is or what the protocol does. So this is not for normie investors. This is for people in DeFi who know their stuff, who have been bidding this thing. Hence the price has gone up even with a delay of like another 10 days still to go. Once it does go live, there's a lot of fees that have been accrued so far, and I think they will start to print. So this is going to be an income play, passive income play for me. And I think this one will bang. Recent pickup, I'll discuss this on Round Trippers tomorrow, is Billy. I just think that is one of the best looking meme charts out there. Perfect pullback here from like 90 mil market cap, comes down, retests the previous highs, and seeing some continuation today. ETH ETF beta here, SPX. I did manage to buy the best looking charts. It was between Joe, the Balkan Dwarf, Real Smurf Cat, and SPX in terms of those OG ETH memes. We're talking 2023 ETH memes, and this one has performed nicely. Did discuss this one also on the Round Trippers podcast last week. It was around 10 cents, i.e. a 10 mil market cap. Now it's up to around 17 mil. So we'll leave things off there. Check out the link down below. Get yourself involved with the meal deal over at Blockmates. I'm sure you won't regret it. You'll need some Arbitrum USDC for that one. Peace.